right. Well, Mo, how are you? This is how you
What up?
fake it. I've learned to fake this. You go, "Hi, Mo Mussa. How are you? This is me, Pat Oates." I hate when people do the beginning thing. I usually just put something at the beginning when I'm done because that's not conversation. You don't yell people's names.
Yeah, you can't do that. You hollering at me like you're catcalling me? You ain't
Yeah.
even gay. It don't even make sense.
But you know what? I think because that's the only way you can catcall now. You're not allowed to with women. So even if you're not gay, I think just to keep the practice in, you should tell men their butts are good.
Yeah, that's what you should do from a distance, though, because
Yeah.
you could get.
Well, you should have done it with women from a distance. Don't get up close. What are you doing? You always catcall from far
Whisper
away.
creepy shit in their face.
Get right in their face. Hey, your ass is nice. Like you're just right in their grill. That's nice. No, you do it from a distance. Hey, toots or something. Whenever you, I don't know. I'm not Italian. I never did that. You ever catcall women? You're not a catcaller.
Me? No.
No, we both would be too afraid.
Talking about? It doesn't even work. You just look stupid and you don't get laid. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but see, I have the theory that if someone does something, even if it's awful, it's worked once. Like, you know, like a guy who wears like a captain's hat, and you're like, why the fuck does he wear a captain's hat? You're like, oh, because one time a lady blew him in that captain's hat, so now he wears it all the time.
Or he's seen somebody who made it work once and he thinks he could do it.
Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah, he didn't do it. He's inspired.
He's trying to replicate this guy catcalling. Sorry, I'm just getting the lights working.
No, you do you. That's fine. People can always look at you and get seasick and then turn. It's good. You're working a day job, right?
Yeah.
Same. I had to take one during this since the Chinese guy ate a bat and ruined everyone's Christmas. I've now had to work a job. I work in retail, and I don't mind it. I'm getting a lot of material out of it, whatever. But I was there today, and I thought of you because a conversation happened between two customers, and I wanted your opinion on this because I thought of something. Okay. There was a black woman and a white woman, and it matters for the story. Whatever. Older black woman, older Eastern European white, like a barely speak English, sounds like Dracula white woman. And they both went to go into one cash register. They weren't looking at each other. And the white lady almost bumped into the black lady. The black lady turned, stared at her, and said, "What's wrong with you? You are Satan. Go back to where you are from, Satan. You are the devil." Now, the white woman walked away. Now, I laughed. I mean, there's no way you don't laugh. Everyone else stared. I'm laughing. She called him the devil. It's the best. The white woman was shook. Even though she didn't speak English, she was now at the register I was at, and she didn't know much English, but she definitely knew Satan. So I'm like, she's shook. So the whole thing ends. And I was thinking about it. I'm like, I know so many hack white comics go on stage and go, "There's no word for white people. You call us cracker. There's no N word for white people." It's not Satan, but I swear to God, if a black person called me Hitler, I'd be shook. I think Hitler should be the new word black people call white people. What do you think?
I think until you meet a guy who's into Hitler and just completely owns you.
Yeah, because you said it to you, no matter what, you're like, "I'm not Hitler." You start defending it, like, "Dude, I'm totally not Hitler." Like, you're whatever Hitler, and it's, or you could say Hitler and take the hard R off. You could do Hitler.
It's a great offensive tactic to put people on their back foot.
Oh, without a doubt, because it automatically makes you think you're the worst guy ever.
Oh yeah, you're shook. If you're not hardcore racist, that is ruining 5 minutes of your day right there.
Yeah, that's the thing too. If you're someone who's like, "Thank you," then you're even a worse person. Like, if you're into it, you're like, "Oh, cool, finally." It's always cool to be compared to your heroes.
Yeah, like, God damn, I didn't know I was doing that good of an impression.
I didn't know I was that good at killing the Jews. I was like, I was trying, but I didn't know people are noticing.
It's like, yeah, I hate black people, but I didn't know you also knew I hated Jews.
Yeah, how'd you know? And that's the best part. You just I call a white woman that, whatever, Hitler, or call her Titler because she's got tits. That could work even good. Okay, Titler. And she's like, "What? Yeah, you're Hitler with tits." And it's even like offensive twice. I think that could be the N word for white people. That's the word you call. If you call any white person that, they're going to feel guilt right away and feel bad. They're going to feel odd. It's going to stay with them. No matter what, if you just said, "Whatever, Hitler, get out of my way," or people horn at him, "Drive your car better, Hitler," they're going to go home and be fucked up. They're going to yell at their family. They're going to hit a wife. Things are going to happen.
A religious black woman looking you dead in the eye and calling you the white devil is going to that affected that woman more than someone called me the N-word.
See, that's the thing. But the devil, depending on your religion, your beliefs, I don't believe in the devil. I
Yeah.
know Hitler was real.
Yeah.
Hitler was a real dude. Maybe his numbers weren't exactly what they say. Kind of like when Wilt Chamberlain says he fucked 10,000 women. Maybe it was 9,000. I always compare Hitler's numbers to Wilt Chamberlain's numbers. I think they're good numbers. It's like, it's the same amount of white people involved. But like, he's still one of the worst. Who, when you think of the worst guy ever, you think Hitler. Now, if you think hard, you can think of worse people. But when you have to do a go-to Family Feud survey says on the board, Hitler's number one.
Hitler, yeah.
Who's
Absolutely.
number two?
Who's number two? Fucking Stalin, I guess.
See, maybe. I think right now it'd be fun to say Epstein. He's definitely not, but it'd be fun just to throw him in.
Yeah, Stalin. Yeah, Epstein he won 2020 for that for sure.
Right.
But to get on what you were saying earlier, like I've had this scenario because I've been called the N-word before, but I've never had a good rebuttal. So for the last little while, I've been thinking of a good one. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I haven't had the opportunity. But I think saying white N-word before they say the N-word would really ruin a racist feelings.
I don't know. I think they would just feel like you were like, so many white people, and we hear comics say it and it's hacky, but so many white people want to be called the N-word. I don't know why, but like they want it. And I think they think if they're called it, then they can say it, and they just want to say it. Like they really want to say it. Like some people just, I don't know what they want to say it for, but like, don't say it. But like they want to. So I don't think it would, I think it has to be something like pedophile is a good thing to call a white person, especially when they're not one. Because you don't want to be called a pedophile.
Hardcore back foot, like, huh? Yeah. You could quickly like sidestep that, but if you hang in there, that's not good for you. No matter, the optics aren't looking good. If you are talking and we're at Subway, and I just say shut the hell up, pedophile.
Right, it's over. Everyone's
and
looking.
I walk away. People are just gonna look at you like, really? Here, Jared's part of this franchise too. What's wrong with this guy?
Well, I guess you named the wrong place. That's where it's okay to eat.
Oh, did I say sus? I said
Subway's perfect because Jared was their guy. So like, whatever, you guys like, hey, Subway, don't judge me. You paid the guy millions. I'm buying a sandwich. You gave him sandwiches and he fucked kids with it.
You paid for the basement for him to do those activities.
That's my favorite move ever. Some PR guy's like, let's get this fat guy. He seems safe. And then he becomes this monster pedophile.
They ruined it for humans because years later, I see Bank of America with a llama. And they got humans out of that game. Like Jared, they're like, humans are too risky. They're going to end up doing something bad.
Yeah, but then some guy's going to fuck that llama because some guy from like some podunk like West Virginia dude's going to find that llama and like, if I'm going to fuck an animal, I'm fucking a famous one.
Yeah, the big one. Oh, yeah. People are getting sick of the horse videos. Might as well make a llama. They're similar in a way.
People are sick of them. I like that. It's not that they're disgusting and wrong. I'm just tired of this. They're beating a dead horse. But
yeah. You got to think about the bestiality market. They're just sick of watching these big horse cocks. They want to see a little bit of diversity.
Do you think people watch bestiality like we watch porn? And you're like, I've seen this one. I've seen this one.
They're getting sick of the same thumbnail. Like, really, again, another horse and this girl. Like,
yeah. Do you think they have a favorite? Like, there's certain girls that I see and I go, ooh, I like her work. Is there like a pig they like?
You know, they look at the one horse girl as a hero who just keeps on making these videos. And you know, they have a very short shelf life because porn stars individually have short shelf lives. Yeah. They start as like 18 and now they're doing gangbang videos. That's when you know they're at the end of their career. So, you know, a horse girl is really like, she's got 3 months in the game. So that
was the old porn though. The new porn girl is actually the super businesswoman, and like it's the porn guy. It's the short shelf life. I've been doing some podcasts on some shows, and I've been with some porn stars on shows now, and they are like comics, very much so. Where they're owning their own shit, they're booking their own talent, they're producing their own because they're so tired of the men dominating and almost like raping them. They do it all now. I mean, literally, they run everything, and they can last longer because you go from being teen or, what you call like, stepsister, whatever. You go to MILF, you go to Gil. You could switch it up. You could stay in the game forever now because dude just admitted to be gross. Once
Yeah.
guys were allowed to admit they were gross, women could stay in that game forever.
Yes, I saw Sarah J the other day. Now mature. That's the old one. That's when you're old, when they start making mature, because they call you MILF at 25. You know what I mean?
It's like when you watch like a sitcom and then you see that dude all grown up. You're like, I remember that dude when he was a kid. You're watching porn. You're like, I remember her when she was a teen.
I remember her when, yeah, good.
I remember her when it was barely legal. Now it's like a senior citizen. That'd be aggressive. They went from that. Ooh.
Like the age where you should get into it is the age where you're a GILF already in the category. 26, you're old.
GILF is weird because that means that your grandma, like say grandpa dies and grandma just like, you know what, my whole life I lived with one man. My life was sad. And now I want to explore things. I'm going to get fucked by 50 dudes. It's like, it's your grandma. Like, and I think, hey, go for it, grandma. It's cool. But like, that'd be a weird jump.
That's just a failure of Social Security.
Yeah. That's how bad the economy is, where she's like, all the money, they're not shutting it down. COVID's not stopping me from taking a dick.
I gotta be a hoe again.
Like, my whole life I fucked one man. Gross. Oh, that's like the news. There are old people who have only fucked one person their whole lives, and then that person dies. You should take a lot of cock right before you go.
Yeah, they could remake the 17 again, but just a GILF version. Like I'm taking dick like I used to.
You just take so much. Just do heroin, get fisted, do it all, grandma. Do it all. Who cares?
Why not? What are you gonna do?
You're gonna be dead.
They ain't giving you a stimulus check. Better take this dick.
Yeah. Or then you get one. They're like, but you only if you get fisted. That's the new rule.
Yeah.
Will you take the vaccine?
Me?
Yeah.
I'll wait a while, but I'll take it.
Are you sick?
No.
Then why would you take medicine?
Oh yeah, good point. You mean like I'm not against it, is what I'm saying.
But when they make you take it, when they make us take it, which is gonna happen.
If they'll probably, I don't know.
They're gonna make us take it. We're gonna get numbers on our arms like the Jews. We're gonna get we're gonna have like a thing. It says like I got vaccinated. I'm telling you, it's gonna get crazy. They're gonna make us do it.
I think for a stimulus check, they might.
There's no more stimulus checks. We ain't getting money anymore.
Yeah, so if they're not, but if they don't have some sort of reason for us to take it,
they have a reason. We're all gonna die in their minds.
No. But there has to be some carrot at the stick. You know what I'm saying?
We already gave up all our rights. Look how crazy people have got. Some people just said, "Fuck it, I'll never leave my home again. I'm done. I'm doing this." I mean, I'll wear a mask if someone says I'll pay you only if you wear a mask. Then yeah, I'll wear a mask. But I don't believe in it. I don't get sick. I've never had the flu in my fucking life. I'm not gonna get this. Maybe AIDS, but nothing weird.
You said maybe AIDS. Did I hear you correctly?
Yeah, it's called humor.
Okay.
But no, I've never caught anything. So why would I take medicine? But yeah, I could definitely see the government's already think about all the things we've given up and changed into whatever. We just keep saying, "Oh, I won't go to the. If I go to this store, I better wear this mask." It's not a law. We're just saying. We're just being told, and we're all being fear mongered into it. So eventually they're going to do that too. They're going to go, you better take this. If you don't take it, you'll be shamed. And there's always someone in your family who's going to be like, I'd like you to visit, but if you're not going to get vaccinated, I can't let you be here. It's like, what? Really? Yeah. It's like it's the new gay. If you're going to be gay, you can't come to my house. Vaccine's the new gay.
Hey, sometimes shaming works, but sometimes it doesn't. Like slut shaming doesn't work.
It does. It gets them to fuck more. It's fucking great.
That's what I'm saying. That's what, so they wanted you to fuck less. You shame them, they fuck more. So
sometimes it works, but it backfires for you. Like you meet a girl and everyone's like, she's a slut, she's a slut, she's a slut. And then it works just when you're going to start dating her. And she's like, I'm tired of the words. I'm tired of the bad things. I'm now a nun. It's like, no, you're supposed to be a slut. That was the advertisement.
When they hang up the hoe bra by the rafters and you're just staring at it like, why not me? What, really? I made you come back I made you develop shame. Really?
It's just a retired 69 jersey hanging on her ceiling. It's like, God damn it.
You boys are high-fiving in the background. You're just crying. Imagine you got there first, but you were just a little too late.
Like everyone you know fucked her, and then you're just barely getting an over the pants hand job.
She made
And
on Tinder and she was like, "It's time for me to hang it up. Like this guy, I gotta change my ways."
she's like, and this guy finally he listens. No one's ever listened to me. Then you're like, I can tell why. You're boring. Just blow me. Like this is not good. It's fat
Listen,
shaming. Fat shaming never works either.
I think sometimes it does, but it's same thing.
I mean,
Sometimes
they kill themselves, but that's I guess that's how they lose weight.
they lose weight because they die. A
Yeah,
dramatic 200-pound decrease.
it's tough. I was talking to a guy the other day, and he knows this guy whose his wife told him, if you don't lose weight, he's like 400 pounds. If you don't lose weight, I'm gonna leave you. So he got the gastric bypass thing, right? Or the staple or whatever the fuck it was. And then he ate through the fucking staple. And she goes, I told you I'm gonna leave you now. And he's like, what the fuck? So he goes, you know what? Go. And now he's 600 pounds. He's just like, fuck it, I'm going for the stars.
For real?
Yeah. Why not? If you're already 400 pounds, there's no point in going back. Go to the moon. Go as far as you can. Go for it.
How long was she used to 400 pounds?
What?
How long was she like with him?
For like
Like,
years. They were married. He was always fat, but she got worried that he was gonna like die. And she said, she goes, I don't want to be a widow. I'd rather be divorced.
Okay.
I guess there's more money in divorce.
He's gonna pay.
Yeah, because the life insurance would be tough. They'd be like, all right, what was his health like? They're like, oh, never mind.
Life insurance works like that. You can be too fat to get your family money.
I'm sure I'm sure. I don't know. I'm too poor to have life insurance, but I'm assuming that they'll go like any other insurance. They're going to look through it and go, oh, you didn't take care of yourself at all. We're not securing this. We're not going to give money for this. This guy ate Twinkies all the time. this guy had tits. This guy's gross. Like, no, he's never seen his cock. We're not going to give you full money. He tried to kill himself.
That's the rule. If you can't see your cock, you cannot get life insurance.
Yeah, you don't get life insurance.
They just charge you so much by how much inches, like how many ever inches you get increase, like from your stomach going up, increases your percentage of life insurance to like pay up.
We're about to become hack comics. It's like every pound I lose, I get an inch of dick. It's like, all right, fat comic. It's like, how much do you hate fat comics when you're on a show?
I've never been on shows with multiple fat comics.
I've been on shows where like there's like 4 of them and they're all doing, sandwich jokes and being fat, and it's just like I'm like, fuck, they're all gonna kill because they're fat.
Yeah, I remember I was on a show with maybe 2 fat guys, and I got a real good tag because I had a food joke, and they just came in. They're like, "Dude, this is a better way to tell this food joke."
I was listening to your joke and it made me hungry. I mean, curious. And here's a better thing. And then you're listening because you're like, well, you obviously know food.
Yeah, I was like, this is the best tag I've ever received. You're an expert. I'm going to listen to this. Absolutely.
I just hate when someone has an obvious thing to make fun of right away. Like they go up and they're already the joke. Like,
yeah,
I appreciate a fat guy who goes up and doesn't talk about being fat.
Yeah. I mean,
that's my favorite.
Acts that you know what the easy thing is, so you're definitely hate it when you see that. You know what I mean? When you've been in the when you know what you're seeing, it's like, that was so basic.
One of my favorite comics ever was Greg Giraldo, and Greg Giraldo was Latino, and he never talked about it, and most people didn't even think he was because he never talked about being Hispanic in any way. Didn't go to it. It could be very easy. Every Hispanic comic does a Hispanic accent harder than they should. They do all the fucking stereotypes. He never did shit. He just did his thing.
I barely knew, except his last name just gives it away a little bit,
Yeah, but he looked like that. That might have been just like maybe his mom didn't marry his dad and fucked around. That kind of look.
White Cuban. Yeah.
Like Louis C.K.'s got some Mexican in him.
You wouldn't know until he tells jokes about being like a Jewish Mexican.
Right. Or because most Mexicans wouldn't jerk off in a corner. That's not a Mexican thing.
Yeah, no.
Mexicans just fuck.
Jerk off on somebody in a corner,
White. That's a white person thing to jerk off at people.
CK is very white. He did you hear? You're fucking with O&A. You heard the clip of talking about pretended to be white for years.
Yes.
It's fucking hilarious. That shit is so funny.
Oh, those shows, I mean, people talk about time, and those shows were really the first podcast before there were podcasts, because it was just a bunch of comics talking shit on a radio show. It was like people just having more fun. It was more loose than anything else. But you listen back to that stuff and you go, oh, I can see. Like when people say, I can't believe what Louis did, I'm like, I'm a huge fan of Louis. My favorite, but yes, I can 100%.
Was
Every
really
joke he talked, he had one joke where it ended in him jerking off someone's corpse, like every album.
Yeah, he was such a
jerking off. Loved it.
He's so weird. Like, whoever says that is not a fan, because I expected worse. When I got the details to the story, I was waiting to hear something more morbid. Like, and then he wanted to shake my hand with the cum of on his hand. Like, I expected some weird thing.
Yeah, like some kind of ritual. We killed a goat together or something. Yeah, not just, can I jerk off at you ladies? And they're like, whatever. It's like,
yeah, like he made me tell jokes and jerked off while I told jokes. Like I expected that sort of like weird debauchery.
But I get why the ladies told people, because like I would, if Louis C.K. jerked off at me, I would tell everyone. Hey, everybody, guess what just happened?
You know what's going to happen the first time she goes on a podcast? That's the first story that's going to like come up, you know, because sometimes you'll not have anything to say. And you're like, wait, let me tell you this story. Louis C.K. jerked off in front of me.
That's or weirder, they're like, oh, so I see you opened for Louis recently. And you're like, oh, fuck, do I tell the story? As a comic, I got to tell the story, but I shouldn't tell the story. But fucking, I'm telling the story. But I don't know. I don't think that's weird. I don't think it's weird that he did it. But I think it's weird that he thought it's okay to do it. You know what I mean? Like, I could see someone's mind if they're, because he wasn't famous yet, but he was powerful in comedy. We all knew who he was. So comics
still the guy in comedy, right?
Yeah, comics knew who he was, and they were all looking up to him. He had great writing gigs, all this stuff like that. So I understand. I'm not saying I think he's wrong for jerking off at people. You either consensually have sex or you don't have any sex at all. You go, I don't want an audience when I jerk off anyway. What the fuck's that about? They're gonna tell you like, what great form you have. Like, what are you doing? But like, but I understand, I guess, the mentality of I have this power. So therefore, I want to see if I can use this power. Can I make them, if I do this, maybe they'll do something to me. And then they're like, no, but we're kind of afraid. I would never do that. That's creepy. But I kind of get, I guess I get the mentality. As a comic, we all want acceptance. And I think the second we do well, for 1 minute, no matter what, on stage, you feel like I'm a god. And then you have to like talk yourself down like, you're not a god. You're a loser still. Stop it. But some people stay in the I'm a god thing, and maybe that's what happened with them.
Some weird creepy power thing. Who the hell knows? You know,
you walked off stage, you've had a good set, the crowd goes nuts, and you walk off for a minute, and you're like, yeah, I'm the greatest person in this room. You do that. We can't help it for a minute, and you have to like, thank God you walk into the next bar, and then no one knows who you are, and women think you suck. Okay, good, back to normal. I'm a human being again.
That's how he needed some girl to look in horror after he killed the set.
Yeah.
Like.
He needs to go. He needs to walk away. He needs to not be around other comics, people that looked up to him. You don't fuck comedians, because then it will fuck with you. Go around. That's why most famous actors don't. Their marriages work when they marry someone who's not an actor, or some bitch who's from Wisconsin and never saw a movie because she's missing an eye or something. Like, because like they don't know who it is. They're just a lady, and then like just whatever, do your day job. That's what you need. You need someone who doesn't give a fuck about what you do and just likes you. When they like you for what you do, then you think you get powered and you think you can jerk off at people.
Find a bitch that only reads books and reads the books that should movies be made out of, you know?
Yeah, or like foreign people that like know famous things that we don't know. Like right now, there's some band in France that's like the best band in France. We'll never fucking know that. Who the fuck knows who they are? But they're in France, like, you're the greatest French band. Like, go date a girl in that group. She doesn't know who you are. You don't know who she is.
Yeah, you got to like have transfer of influence. You know, like that's a great way of putting it.
Yeah, well, not French. Fuck the French, but like, I don't know if anyone's famous. Who's the most famous French person that you know? Napoleon?
Napoleon, he's dead. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know any other French people.
Who the fuck knows anyone? Macron? That's how you know America's influence is down, when I know the Prime Minister of France name. Like, I know Macron. That's what I know.
Tony Parker.
Tony Parker. Oh, yeah. Okay.
He was French. Okay.
I
forgot he was French. And he can play basketball. And he was black. That's like the weirdest French.
That's the only fucking reason we know him. He's fucking, I think he had sex with some
Eva Longoria.
Yeah, and he had sex with like Chris Brown's girlfriend or something.
Yeah, that too. But Eva Longoria, he was like married to, I think, the one from Desperate Housewives.
For years, yeah.
They're both just tiny people fucking.
It's hilarious because you think he's tiny, but he's actually like 6'3".
Right, but he's tiny in his job.
Yeah. That's always the weirdest thing in basketball. When you see this guy, you think it's a midget, but he's actually taller than you.
Yeah. And he's 6'6".
Yeah.
And you're like, what the fuck? Like, I like when people would say that, like, I can't believe that Charles Barkley, only 6'9", can play power forward. It's like, that's a monster. That's not a person.
Yeah, it's more surprising that he has the physique of Breonna Taylor. That's the most shocking thing.
Yes, it's a good physique. It's a good physique to have. But that's it. That's the thing too. Like, I think it's funny when those people, the giant people, they have to play a sport together, or they're just freaks. Like, if you're not playing basketball or doing a giant person, whatever. Like Taylor Great.
Yes.
All right. He's the tallest person I know, and he's a comic, and he's just this skinny 9'2" motherfucker. His whole family's big.
Always sitting for a reason.
Got to.
Everyone's gonna stare at him.
He's literally like 6'8". It's freaky to look at him when he walks over. You're like, there's something wrong. That's how people aren't supposed to be. That.
Yeah, like a dinosaur just hanging around.
Why haven't you died yet? You should die off. Why isn't a meteor crushed you? What are you doing?
You should be extinct and you're here chilling with us. It makes no sense. You'll never see a really tall guy in his 80s.
No, they can't make it.
No. You'll
never seen an old retarded person?
No.
Never. I want to.
You don't ever. The only reason I see retarded people now is because they're offended by the R word and they're making videos. Other than that, I've only seen them in high school.
I've said the word retarded on everything I've ever recorded. On purpose. Every album I've ever done, I've made sure the word retarded is on it.
It's a classic word. It's a good word.
But I want to meet an old retarded person and an old midget.
McDonald's.
Old midgets at McDonald's?
Old midget. No. New Britain. Go to New Britain. They have a midget town. I've never met an old one though.
I want old ones. I wonder what I keep trying to look up their life expectancy, but when you Google that, Google does not want to play. They're not gonna give it to you.
You got to sacrifice another midget to get life insurance.
Yeah, they can't get life insurance. Midgets, they can't.
How expensive that shit must be. You'll see fucking
just a little. Hey, get it? Little midget.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Everybody with a deformity has 10 million followers on TikTok now.
Yeah. Oh my God. There's that one guy with no arms. The black guy with no arms on TikTok. And he has that thing where he tries to pour cereal. It's my favorite fucking thing.
Every video is him just crawling to
but he just does regular shit, but he just goes, me trying to have cereal. And he's got the bowl on one nub and he got the milk and it's spilling and the cereal fall. And it's just him and it's the best video. And I like that he owns it. I like that he's like, fuck it. I can't have cereal.
Just me, no arms, trying to do regular shit. And it's just, you're just watching him struggle.
Yeah. Cause his mom did meth while he was in a belly. So all of a sudden he gets to be on TikTok. That's cool.
Yeah, that's a great trade-off. 10 million followers and no arms.
Yes. It's it.
No fuck. No hips.
I would trade all these followers for one arm. Imagine Twitter started doing that. Okay, you want a blue check? We'll give you an arm. Like, ooh. All right, here's your choice. You get to be born without arms, or you have arms for your first 15 years of life, and then you lose your arms.
Whoa, I'm taking the 15 years of life.
See, that you would miss it. If you never had arms, then you wouldn't know what you were missing.
But that's a great argument. But here's the thing. Do you know you're going to lose the arms, or does it just happen?
No, you don't know. That'd be weird. That'd be weird. When you're 15, you will lose your arms.
You'll be fucking jerking off so many fucking times.
Every day your mother wakes you up. 2 more years, I'm going to cut your arms. Mom, what is this? When you're 15, I'm taking your arms.
Dude, there was a fucking pretty goddamn good MMA fighter, no arms. He had 2 nubs.
Couldn't be that good.
He had like one kind of arm that was just missing the hand, and then another nub. No. One arm and one nub. That's what it was.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
need one arm at least.
Yes. And back in the day when I very briefly did Muay Thai, right? Briefly, just as like a little hobby. And before my first ever fight, there was before me, he was fighting, and I thought I had to fight him. And I was
Oh
scared
no.
because he looked so intense, and my friends were there, and I knew this could go bad. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
I saw him kicking, and I was like, oh my God, he's good. Luckily, it wasn't me. He went up right before me, and he knocked the guy clean out. 2 years later, I see him in the UFC.
Because, yeah, thank God he made it to the UFC. But, like, at that moment, that guy who got knocked out, he was in a no-win situation. Because if you beat up a guy with one arm, it's like, whatever. You beat a guy with one arm, loser. And if you lose to a guy with one arm, it's like, you fucking loser. You lost. Like, there's no win in that.
You're just explaining to everybody, no, he's amazing with the concussion, so you're forgetting the words. So you're just like, oh, and they're just laughing at you.
That's like, it's a weirder analogy. I was telling someone, like, I hate geese. I hate big birds. I hate. They freak me out. Giant birds, turkey, vulture, shit like that. And someone asked me why. I go, I don't like any animal that I know I can't beat up because I don't know how to fight a bird. How do you fight a bird? Like, if a bird attacks me, you can't just grab its beak. It's quicker than you think. If I start punching the fuck out of a bird, even if I get some good body shots in and I could fuck that bird up, someone's gonna see me punching a bird and go, "Hey, asshole, leave the bird alone." Like, that bird attacked me first. But if I don't fight, then the bird beats me up and the asshole lost to a bird. It's a lose-lose.
Can geese even fucking fly?
Yeah, they flock. The flock of geese.
Oh yeah. What's the big ass
Penguin.
Is the only bird that can't fly a penguin?
No, ostrich.
Ostrich too. Okay.
Right.
Like imagine being that.
And dead birds. Dead birds can't fly.
Dead bird. Yeah, no, they can't fly at all. A bird that can't fly reminds me. This probably ain't even a good joke, but being a black guy, not athletic, like it just doesn't make any sense. That's just how I feel. You know what I mean? It just doesn't make it. It's just like what? Like, come on! I should be able to.
That's like, being a black guy can't play basketball. It's kind of like being an ostrich. It's like, we look like we can do what everyone else does.
It's just no. I'm getting picked last. This sucks. And it was the worst thing when you get picked last. They didn't even like when I got picked last. They didn't even have to watch me play. They just knew to pick me last, and it wasn't a racism thing. I just kind of must have walked up to the line, the pick 'em line, unathletically.
Yeah, you had like this unswagger, if you will. Like, you walked up with this thing when they're like, nah.
Just negative swagger. Like, he definitely cannot shoot.
I used to get mad and things like that because I was a pretty decent athlete, but I wasn't like super popular. When I went to a lot of different schools. So at the beginning of going to a school, people didn't know who I was. So you get picked in sports, and they would pick popular kids. And you're like, I thought that motherfucker can't play. Like, why? He just picked because he's popular. So then I'm going to beat that kid. I'm going to like take him to the hole and I'm going to make him look stupid, but they're not going to care about my skills. They're going to say, I can't believe you made Scott look bad. We all like Scott. It's like, fuck Scott. Fuck
you go to.
I went to 3 schools in 5 years, and the only school that accepted me was the all black school I went to. It was. I played basketball for a year and a half, and it was the only school that just took me for my game. And it was so funny. Like, I was a point guard who also played power forward. And I asked my coach, like, I'm 5'11". Why am I playing power forward? He goes, because only white people hustle like that. And I was like, okay, makes sense. And it was true. I was the only one jumping hard for a rebound. Everyone else just watching. I'm like, all right, makes sense.
Yo, you 1 second?
Yeah.
1 second.
Sure. I'm just doing a podcast. That's fine. I'll give you a second. Don't mind me. Just living my life. It's all good.
1 second. My bad.
That's no problem. I hope you come in with white face on. I hope that's the best. What's going to happen here is you're going to make makeup. It'll be fine. But like, I don't know. I played basketball, but I was white, but no one cares about that. I don't think people think a black guy has to play basketball. I don't think that's the thing anymore. I think they think you have to have a big dick, but that's the only thing black people need to have nowadays. And black people that are British have to date white women that are British. That's the other thing. For some reason in Britain, they love interracial, at least in TV shows and movies. It's always interracial. That's like the big thing. Like, and in commercials. You ever notice that? I was just saying, in Britain, black people don't have to play basketball or don't have that big dicks. They just have to date white women on TV. Like, it's always interracial. You never notice that every British TV show, it's always an interracial couple.
Watch. I have not paid attention to British since American history class.
You don't watch any British shows? British shows are better than American shows.
I do not.
You ever watch Luther?
What, Luther?
That's an old one. That's Idris Elba. That's how he got famous.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
it's an awesome detective show. Like, the better thing about BBC shows is that they're not 80 episodes. They're like 4 fucking episodes a season, but they're all like an hour and a half, and you get a whole season in like 4. So you can actually binge watch a whole season.
Sounds way better, because the binge watching here, like I want to watch Mad Men, but it's 300 episodes.
Yeah, fuck that. Well, I also don't want to watch Mad Men because people I know that annoy me quote Mad Men.
Yeah, they're all the ones that do all the raping. Just fucking.
Oh, they love rape. People that rape love it. That's what I hear. They love it. It's like their favorite.
They become very successful at it, and
successful.
You gotta think about it, because not most guys are not rapists. So what that means is there's one guy that does all the raping
so
per
much.
He's, you know what I mean? Just like you do in comedy, if you do the charts, who makes all the money? It's 2 guys that make pretty much all the money, right? So it works like that in rape. There's a couple of guys who just do all the rapings. There's
one guy getting all the gigs.
Yes. And
you're like, who books this rape? Who books this?
Bill Cosby, what do you have, like 100 bodies on him?
Yeah, but see, you can't count famous people, because when famous people do the raping, when Cosby had access to all the women. When you're just like a local rapist, you don't have access to things. You gotta have charm and charisma, or just be aggressive as fuck. I guess it's one of the two.
Just hard. He went in the hole. There's hardcore. Like you were hustling when you were a power forward.
But there's women rapists too, but men just let it happen.
Yeah. You could see in the articles of the woman raping these kids, it'll just be like, she was nice to her students. She was so nice to them. She fucked them from time to time. And that's how they like frame the article.
Yeah.
But
she was so caring and so giving, but sometimes she would just blow a child. Like,
so nice. Sometimes she took it a little too far.
Yeah. You want to talk about egos? Teachers. If you're a female teacher, you got all these eyes, especially high school, you got all these high school boys staring at you. They're going through puberty. They're like, you start to think probably, I'm the hottest woman in the world. Like, no, you're just a vagina in front of young things that just learned that fucking's a thing. Like, that's all. They're just looking at you like that. Don't fuck them.
Yeah, can up with that.
If there's one thing I can stress on this podcast, don't fuck kids. That's what I'm going to stress to people. I think that if anyone argues with me, you're wrong. Don't fuck kids.
You're going to find arguments, though. People are going to come at you hard, dude.
You know what I saw the other day? I know it was a mistake. It had to be. But a friend of mine has a baby and posted a picture. The baby's like 8 months old or something, and posted a picture 8 months old on Instagram. And some guy put the fire emoji under it. And I know it had to be a mistake, but I wanted to write something, but I knew it would become more offensive. But it made me laugh so hard. I was just like,
what the fuck is that?
Yeah, he was probably like, yeah, it's awesome. I don't know what he meant, but like,
he just has emoji autism.
He's just like, or maybe he's a pedophile. He's like, yeah, that's a hot baby.
8 months is a little too old for me, but
I always thought it was creepy when just men put fire under a woman. They're like, yeah, here's some flames. It's like, but they want a baby? Like, come on now.
He's out here.
Hot baby. And it wasn't even a hot baby. Like, I looked at it. I was like, there's nothing sexy about this fucking baby.
There's nothing sexy about this baby drowning in their water of her stomach.
This baby got nothing. No, it wasn't like 8 months in. It was 8 months out. It was 8 months old. Yeah, I like I like yours better. It's not even born yet. Fire.
I thought she's supposed to like a picture of her belly. And he's just like fire emoji.
You know what? To be honest with you, I get that more than I get the 8 month baby. Maybe the guy likes to fuck pregnant chicks.
Yeah, that's that is a genre.
When I was at Joker's Wild, there was a bartender there, and he said one time, he goes, I love pregnant women. And I'm like, why? And he goes, because it's just their way of telling you they let you come in them. I'm like, oh my God. No, that's not. No, dude.
Dude's never heard of birth control and shit.
No. Shout out to Andy, the creepiest, rapiest bartender of all times. Fucking creep.
If he was, go on.
No, you, sir, you go.
I thought if he was like creepy, at least he's only into pregnant women, not that
No,
many.
he was not. He was creepy on all levels. That was just
It's a
one
good
of them.
for him to be in.
Yeah, he loved all the genres. He was a jack off of all trades. He was good.
All the playlists, he was into it.
Have you been performing at all?
Yeah, I haven't really been hustling or anything, but whenever I've been offered anything, I take it.
Yeah, there isn't much to hustle. I mean, there really isn't much.
No, I've been kind of like thinking of it as a pause, like we paused comedy, but I've still been doing it.
I'm doing it whenever I can too. I just did a show last week, and it was like at a brewery in Woodbury. It was fun. I saw people I hadn't seen. Sean Murray was there. Sam Hunter was there. Brooke Smith put on the show, and then there was some other girl on the show. I don't know. I guess she grew up in the area and she lives in New York, whatever. We're all doing equal amounts of time. Tell me if I'm an asshole for this. I respect your opinion. So we all go there and the lineups, whatever. But, so I get there and they're like, we're all going to do about equal amounts of time. But Pat, will you go last? And I'm like, sure, whatever you need of me, whatever. We're all going to get the same amount of money. Whatever the door split was, it's just some, right now, I can't be like some diva. I'll be like, oh, I need to get this amount of money. We need stage time. So I didn't care. And there was people there. But the girl I didn't know, she used to work at that brewery. Like they knew her. She grew up like in the town. They knew her. So I was like, I know she never came up and said hi or introduced herself, which I think is weird. In this day and age, you can't expect a guy comic to walk up to you as a female. Just because of the weird world, the way it is. If I walk up to you, they're automatically, oh, some guy's trying to like hit on me. You know I'm on the show. Come over and say hi, right? I always make sure I know who the people are. I say hi, we're on the show together, whatever, dumb shit. Regardless, I'm sitting there and they're setting the lineup and all that. And at one point, I turned to Brooke and I thought about it. I was like, do you want to ask her if she wants to go last? And she's like, well, really? I go, if she's the hometown hero, if she's the person here and they want to see her. And then I started like thinking like in my head, I'm like, it would be kind of cool to like go right before her and fucking make it so hard that she can't do well in front of her friends. So I was like, I kind of pushed it a little more Jedi mind trick. And I'm like, she might be hard for me to follow, like Sean Murray's kind of looking at me like, what are you doing? And I'm like, it might be a tough follow. So Sean went up when Sam went up first and then he did fine. And then Sean goes up and Sean didn't know I made the change. So as Sean's coming off stage, I'm waiting to go up next. And he looks at me and goes, you fucking did it? I'm like, yeah. So I went up. Dude, I did like the hardest 15. Like my friend was watching me. He's like, I was just going on like the Apollo. The place was just blowing up. Just and crowd work and Joe blasting new shit, old stuff. The place is erupting. And then she walks up and says, hi. And then everybody just starts chattering. It's like,
Oh,
20. Yeah, I know I'm supposed to feel bad, but I was like, oh, comedy's back. Maybe I can be a dick. Like that made me feel good.
Oh my God.
I didn't do it on purpose, but at the same time, I was like, if the money changed, then I would have stayed. Whatever. It could have worked out. I don't know her act, but I don't mind.
Yeah, technically you did nothing wrong.
I mean, I did everything wrong. I know I did. I did it. But I just, whatever. Respect my name. Look me up. Google me, bitch.
Hey, you got to clip this and make sure motherfuckers say hi to you or you're going to go in front of them.
That's the rules.
Yeah.
That is the rules. Listen, there's a lot of comics. Some comics watching this. Oh, but he doesn't think I can follow him. That's not what I said. But no, you can't. because I'm an asshole. It's not because I'm the funniest comic. It's because I know if you give me 15 minutes and I don't want you to follow me, I will beat that room up to death where they don't want to talk to you anymore. They'll be so beat up. Their ears will hurt. They were
chattering. Did they give her a shot?
Not really. I mean, literally, I was walking off and everyone's like, people are walking. I'm walking by people and they're like, you should have stayed up longer. Wait, there's more show. Why aren't you last? And it's like, and some people knew who I was too. So it was kind of funny. I was like, oh, okay. They're like, oh, I thought you were headlining. I'm like, no, it's just a fun show for everybody,
Yeah, fuck it. You want to run it like that, So
but I'll be back next month. The manager told Brooke, she goes, you got to have this guy back more. I'm like, there's no comedy. I'll come back every month, man. Whatever.
Hell yeah, that's sick. You're going to do more time.
Yeah, I just need stage time. I recorded something a couple weeks ago at Stress Factory because I just wanted to work out new shit. Because it's so easy to write right now. You don't have places to perform, but like, there's never been a better time to write. If you're a comic and you can't think of something to write about what we're going through, then you should quit. Because like what's the one thing we always want? We want all our topics to be relatable, right? We want people to understand what we're talking about. Everyone is going through the same pandemic. Even if you don't have to talk about COVID like some hack. But if you're not talking about your life experiences and how it's changed your life and what you're going through and your perspective on before and after and all that in your act right now, then you're missing out on the biggest opportunity in the world. Because everyone you don't have to say to them, oh, do you guys know this thing called COVID? Or do you understand masks? You just say things without any build, without any prep. It's amazing. It's like when someone dies and assholes on Twitter go, let's write a Kobe joke because the whole world knows Kobe just died that minute. So you're trying to jump on that premise everyone knows, but it's a thing we're all going through and they want to laugh at it. So yeah, you have to make it unique and make it your own and not seem like a hack. But if you can't write things right now, if you're not taking advantage of the world's easiest canvas for comedy ever, you're crazy.
That is absolutely, this is the best time and there's nowhere to perform it. So let's just hope, for
make
the first
time, make places to perform. Go in your backyard and yell at people. They don't care.
Yeah.
I'm yelling at the Chinese. Half my act is me saying, finally, I can shit on the Chinese again.
When's the last time you were able to fucking shit talk the Chinese?
Remember we were little and you could be like, oh, I Chinese, and nobody cared. Like you would do a Chinese, Japanese, dirty knees, look at you could do all that. You could have fun.
Yeah. Chinese food,
Yeah, when you were a kid, the first accent you learned was Chinese voice. When you were mocking shit, like, oh, like we all did that. Oh, karate. We all did it.
Yes.
Then one day they're like, don't do that. Like, what are they gonna do? Make a disease to kill us all? And then they did.
Yeah, now it's for real. Like, what are they gonna do? They're gonna nuke us? Something like that, maybe.
One dude's gonna eat bat soup and change the world.
Everything.
He was just hungry.
You know what's funny? There used to be a show around here named Bat Soup.
Yeah. There was a lot of things that, China had a lot of like racist names of things that we can't say. Bats, you bat shit crazy. That's a real thing. That saying, you heard that saying? That saying comes from, there's something in bat shit that like if you inhale if you inhale it, if you're around it, it can make your mind go nuts. Like that's a real thing. You can be bat shit crazy.
Do you remember 10 years ago when people were taking shit, putting it in like cans and sniffing it to get high?
No.
Okay, Jankum. I remember when I was in 6th grade, that was a little thing going on.
Nice. Right. Anyone shit?
I think people would collect their own shit.
Did you have to like ferment it?
Yeah, I think so.
It wasn't just fresh.
No.
You'd puke from fresh poop.
Yeah, no. It had to go through some work. There was a process behind it.
Oh, there's always that guy.
Yeah.
Some guy who knows shit like that. Like the same guy who knows like the price of a baby on a black market. It's like, how do you know the price?
How do you know
that? How do you know that? It's what I know. It's like, oh, you want this shit?
The creepiest guy in the world is a guy who knows where to get roofies.
Yeah. Or has them already. Like, oh, I got some extra.
I have trouble sleeping.
Right. Or the guy who it always starts off when you were in high school, he was the guy that could get you booze, but not by buying it. Like he could make it. Like that guy, like he had a brewery kit, or he just knew if you let like rubbing alcohol sit well enough and mixed it with Kool-Aid, you're okay. Some asshole like that. Or the first guy who taught you could suck on a helium balloon and get high or something. That's fucking guy ends up being the guy who sells you poop in a jar.
Yo, at UConn, we had a bunch of kids from China. And a big thing a lot of them would do were whippets. Whippets is like, you know what fucking whippets are. It's making you lose your fucking IQ and shit. That was popping.
When I was going to Southern, that was a big thing there. There was one house would have parties every week, and they would have a keg, and then they have a little sidebar where they would sell whippets. And you would go there, and you'd give $1, and they'd give you a little balloon thing, and you do the whippet.
Holy shit!
It was at like a party, like it wasn't like legal. But they would just every week you'd pay the $3 to drink beer, and then like at the keg, and then you could pay another $1 and get a whippet.
There's literally a guy now who's a manager of something that has dropped 20 IQ points because he did that weekly.
Yeah. Well, no, he's not managing anything.
Yeah, he's just retarded.
No, yeah, he's just retarded. Or better, he's like right now he's making like the decisions that are. He's like the governor now. Or something. That's what happens.
Big decisions.
Yeah, because your mind gets so stupid that you're like, listen to anybody. If you want to be a politician, that's perfect. You burn your mind and then other people tell you what to do and you just smile. That's it.
You've got a great smile from being stupid. So you're just smiling, staring at the sun all the time.
I don't remember Whippets feeling good though. I think I did it twice. Both times I'm like, I just got a headache and everything sounds loud. I didn't like it.
Yeah, it's imagine just getting punched in the face without getting punched in the face. Just the after effects of it.
Well, you know what? If my choice is get punched in the face or not get punched in the face and have the effects, I'll take not punched in the face.
Yeah, I'll take a whippet. Why?
You ever been punched right in the face? Like,
not a. No, I don't think so. Directly, no.
I have one time straight on, and it's a weird feeling. Like it stings, and you're like, "What's going on?" Like your bell's like rung. It's weirder when you hit someone else though. Like when people always talk about being tough, but when you really punch someone, like I haven't done it much in my life. When you do, your hand hurts. It feels odd. Your body feels like I shouldn't have done that. It's like, thank God we're not cavemen because I would die. Like, there's no way I can attack folk. I couldn't attack folk.
Attack folk, just groups of people.
Yeah, people were doing it. Like Vikings were just like, let's go fucking kill all those people. It's like, nah, I'm good.
See those people? Let's kill them. That was
why they're there. You see them? We gotta kill them. They're there.
And there's literally a guy who was like, "Why?" And the answer was just a grunt, like, "Run,
grunt,
get them."
They're all like, "Grunt, grunt, grunt." They all go. And they all just start fucking the same lady, and then they take a kid and go, "You're my kid now." It's like, what the fuck is this?
Yo, how long was it where humans were cavemen and couldn't talk? How long was that? Do you know?
No.
That jump always like amazing to me. Like how they're just grunting all the time and then they do the fire and then one day they're fucking talking.
And then one dude's drawing on the wall. He's like, deer, bear, what guy, son? It's like, what? What is it?
Yeah,
let's draw.
Yeah. What's going on here?
Yeah, listen, this is how dumb I am. I'm amazed every time I see a child start talking. I'm like, how did I learn that? How did we learn that? Like, that's fucking crazy. You know what I mean? Like, you're a baby and you're not saying shit. Then one day you're like, how you doing? It's like, what the how? And the baby never knows. Like, I don't know. It just happened. I heard it and then I did it. I'm like, why can't we do that now? You could talk Spanish at me all day. I wouldn't learn Spanish right now. I'm old. I'm not smart. But we're just kids. And parents are like, oh, I'm teaching them. You ain't teaching. I know the parents. You're dumb. You can't even tie your shoe. Like, you were Velcro till you were 25. You're not teaching shit. We're just somehow in our DNA, we hear a thing and we just know to talk that way. And then, like, that's crazy, though, because if I was raised, like, in India, I'd be, no. I'd be talking like that, and I'd be a white guy. Like, it's crazy. And we learn the dialect. We get accents. Like, what the fuck is that? We're all people. Why is one dude talking with a Boston accent? Because he lives not even 100 miles from me and he can't say R. Like, that's fucking weird.
It was the worst thing. When I was a kid, I knew Somali. Now I don't. So I knew another language.
You just forgot it?
I forgot it. I used to know an entire language. You'll forget a word. I forgot an entire language that lives with me today.
How old were you when you had to speak it fluently?
I was speaking it up to like 6th grade or something.
Really?
Maybe a little bit. Maybe I lost it earlier. Maybe 4th, 5th grade.
No, but still, I mean, yeah, I guess that makes sense. But then you had to learn. Did you know English the whole time or no?
Oh yeah, I knew English the whole time.
Oh, so you didn't just know Somali and then one day have to learn English.
No, I knew.
Room in your dumb head. You just
said, I did both. They say it's some sort of complex with foreigner kids where I wasn't like a foreigner, but they want to fit in.
Right.
So they never speak the language of their family.
Yeah, but you don't I don't even know what a Somali accent is, but you don't have any accent.
Oh no, I was always American, but I always knew the second language.
Right.
Because I was born here. But I just stopped speaking it one day. So how fucking crazy is that?
It's a good move. You don't need it besides at home.
I think it hurts when I put it on my resume.
Yeah, second language, Somali. They're like, what? Okay, yeah, well, that's going to help. Yeah, we were planning on having a marathon, so you can help us do that. What else do the Somalians do?
They're like, oh, I thought you were Somali. Now that I know you're Somali, you don't get the job.
What are Somalians known for? Like,
Uh,
what's a
pi-
if you were what?
piracy.
No, obviously the Somalian pirates. I'm the captain now. We can all go the hack if we want. But
Yeah.
no, but like for real, what's a Somalian dish? Like if I was gonna eat a Somalian meal, what's a
Pretty basic,
Somalian?
like everyone else, like rice and fucking steak, you know, just
Even
different
steak. Not everyone
flavorful
has
rice.
steak.
Yeah. A lot of
Rice I
chicken.
get because that's the food we give you.
Yeah.
we dropped that relief bag. Here you
Yeah.
go, Somalians. Enjoy this big
Y'all
bag
used to
of
drop
rice
relief bags. Now you just drop drone strikes.
with the rice. We bombed your village. Have some rice. There you go.
Yeah.
Nice. No, but like, so meat.
A lot of chicken,
chicken. Yeah,
a
that makes
lot of
sense.
different chicken.
Is it spicy?
Yeah, a
Somalian
lot of
food?
spices, a bunch of them. It's real good.
It doesn't sound good. You're not explaining shit. You just said it's
Yeah,
beef and chicken and rice. It just sounds like a dinner at my house.
a lot of goat.
A lot of goat.
Yeah,
What's goat like?
it's they like to make it pretty rare.
I like my meat rare. I'm a rare
Yeah,
eat.
really good.
Is it
You
what
know,
does it is it tough? I would think goat's tough because goats are tough.
yeah, no, yeah. They do get the fucking softer spots though, but the
Yeah, I've
goats
never
are,
met a tender goat.
yeah, they're very tender. These ones, the ones they get.
They don't eat cans.
No,
You ever see a goat eat a can? I saw that once. It's fucking. I was like, what a dumb goat.
we got baboons over there, dog.
But you eat them?
No, no,
Oh,
no.
I was like, I'll eat some baboon with you.
They're fucking crazy. It is just a big butt on as a dish.
Yeah, that's the best animal. That animal was made for people to laugh at. You just got a red butt. Like, I don't believe in God, but whoever made stuff was like, yeah, that's something for kids. Just there's a monkey with a big butt. It's
Dude,
like,
they have dogs as pets.
who the monkeys do?
The baboons.
They get dogs as pets?
Yeah, as like watchers. They beat the shit out of them.
Oh, there's a
Yeah,
I probably can find video of that.
you can find video of that shit. Yeah, it's
A monkey
brutal.
beating up a dog. Not a
Yeah.
monkey, a baboon. That's wrong. Well, because I don't know. People always yell at me. I'm like, oh, that's a monkey. Like, that's an orangutan. It's like, fuck you. Like, you know what?
Yeah.
Worry about your own shit. Get mad
Yeah.
at me about not knowing monkeys.
Fucking wrong with you, dog?
People
Fucking
yell at people all the time. This is my favorite thing about COVID was this. Right when before it started, right? The beginning of 2020, what was the big thing? Don't use straws because turtles are dying. The second people started dying, fuck turtles. We all got straws, we got plastic bags. We don't give a fuck. No one really cares about animals. Fuck your orangutan. No one cares about animals.
They're very second tier. They're on the food chain. We've made it out. The only people on the food chain are homeless people. You know.
Yeah. Would you eat a guy?
Me, not yet.
If you didn't know, and someone gave you guy, it's in a stew, and then afterwards you're like, that was guy. Would you do that thing? Because you liked it, you loved it. It was like the shit. You're like, this is my favorite meals. I want to have this again. Would you do the fake throw up, or would you go, that's weird, but all right, I ate some guy.
Dude, if there's people around, you gotta do the throw up so you don't look like a sociopath.
But they ate it with you. Everybody had guy.
Oh, dude, I mean, the guy who fed it to you is dying. Is he not dying immediately? Aren't you not killing that guy who fed you guy?
No, he made some good guy. He made some real good guy.
Fucking spiced with fucking good fucking spice.
First of all, you're not gonna kill you. You and I don't have the balls or the ability to kill a dude who served you guy. Like that guy doesn't give a fuck. That guy is so badass. He's like, I'm gonna feed people. He's not afraid of you. This dude's three steps ahead.
There's people out here roofing people like your bartender, and then there's this guy just fucking being a cannibal.
Feed people, yeah, forcing cannibalism on you.
Yeah, trying to fucking get you in the hard way. Like, trust me, this is good. You're gonna be one of me.
Oh, it's like it's like the gateway drug.
Yes.
Just feed you a little bit of guy, like just a pinky.
Yes.
Ooh, this is some good soup.
And he's not even racist. He just has like different people mixed in together.
Oh, see, that'd be nice. If it's all different, you're like, because I don't want to know I only want to eat one type of person.
Yeah. He's like, some people are like Black Lives Matter. Some people are like all lives matter. He's just no lives matter.
Yeah, all meat matters.
Yeah. He just hates vegans.
I would think, I don't know why I'm thinking this, but if I had to eat a person, it'd be an Asian woman.
Why you want that? You explain that.
I don't know. They just seem like they'd be the tastiest.
You think so?
I don't know. They don't look like a tiny petite Asian woman doesn't look like she's been through a lot. So therefore, like she usually she works and stuff, but like she's not gonna be. They're not usually fat. They're not. There's gonna be there's gonna be good meat on there. It's gonna be pretty clean. Like I don't want to eat some older white woman. That's gonna be some gamey shit. Like I don't want that at all.
The people with the least amount of personality end up tasting the best.
That could be it.
Yeah.
Or the people that work the least. Like Mexicans would be terrible to eat because they work so hard. They'd be so tough. You just need I guess you do need like a lazy Greenwich housewife. She'd be some good shit.
That's what the home invasions are in the future, just kidnapping these wives to eat.
Just kidnap them and just throw them away.
That'd be a great horror movie.
We got to get rid of white women.
Yeah. I mean, you're not dating one, right?
I'm not dating anybody right now. But if the next one I want a Chinese.
Sorry. So you just want to be a cannibal. That's what you want to be, guy.
I couldn't eat a people. Couldn't do it. I'd be grossed out, but I'd be mad at myself if I liked it. Like the weirdest thing I've eaten is like I've had snake, I've had alligator, I've had frog leg, that kind of shit, but nothing crazy.
There's a Vice documentary back in the day where this Libyan general, blah, blah, blah. But they were walking through the street and there was like, that guy serves human.
Did he go get some?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
What kind of human?
Just some African child, probably.
Oh, they don't even eat themselves. That's the worst. You're an African child and you don't get to eat, but then you get eaten. I hope it costs 7 cents a day. I hope it costs to eat that kid. The same amount would it cost to feed him. That's it. Remember when African kids really needed our food? Now I don't see those commercials anymore. I guess they're full.
I don't think we watch commercials anymore.
No. And celebrities aren't adopting their own black kids. They're getting dogs now.
No.
For a while, they were going there and picking their own kid. And naming African kids Chandler.
Their lives have just even got harder.
So much harder because they're like, hey, my mom's Angelina Jolie. Really? What's that like? I don't know. I've only seen her once. I just hang out with the nanny. I'm just a show child.
They went from fucking the African villages to being the Epstein fucking mansion.
I was talking about that with Dave. We talked about Dave Hinz before. We were doing some podcast thing and saying when people would come in, like white people would come in to adopt, like just to take the African children away and give them better lives. At that moment, you don't know. It's not like you have a TV. You're in an African hut. You don't know who Angelina Jolie is and Brad Pitt is or Madonna is. So you know a lot of times white people come in and the next thing you know, you're sex trafficked. So you're like, I don't know if I'm going to Hollywood or I'm going to an island. Like you have no idea the crapshoot you're getting. You can either live the greatest life ever or just be fucked like a penis pinata. Like you have no idea.
That's the game for the adoptions. There's just like the 1% get adopted by Angelina Jolie, just the lucky ones, but most of it is just sex trafficking.
The lucky ones. I don't know. I would rather be sex trafficked and then just thrown over in the water when they're done with me and dead than like have to like pretend that I like my mom's movie.
You just don't have that. You didn't like Wanted?
Oh, I get, yeah. And you have to go to the premiere. I don't want to go. And you got to see a video of your mom when she used to fuck Billy Bob Thornton when she was all a whore back. You're like, what? You used to do that shit when they used to wear the vial of each other's blood around their necks?
Oh, yeah.
That was the good Angelina Jolie.
Back in prime. What's her dad's name?
Oh, what the fuck's his name?
John Voight?
John Voight.
Okay.
That whole family doesn't use their own names.
Really?
Well, she's Angelina Jolie. So Jolie's her middle name. Like, I think she'd be Voight. Wouldn't she be Angela Voight?
Oh, you said the whole family. You had me fucked up for a second.
The brother does something, right?
I didn't know she had a brother.
Yeah. Someone thought I think she used to fuck her brother too. She was crazy for a while, and then like now she's a humanitarian. They all do that. Like when Katy Perry's first song is she wanted to make out with women, And then all of a sudden she's a humanitarian. It's like, what, really? Lady Gaga's wearing meat costumes and now she's saving the world. It's like, the bitches grow up and get weird.
That's the next step for them.
Yeah. They get nuts and then they go, cut it out. I'm a feminist. Like, you were a whore. Remember?
The only difference between Britney didn't pull that move, and that's why everyone calls her a psychopath.
No, for a little bit, Britney tried to be the good girl and all that, and it didn't work. It did not work. Because Federline fucked that shit up with his K-Fed dick.
Yeah.
K-Fed's my hero. He's the greatest man of all times.
He'd be killing it on TikTok.
Got the fuck at the time, the hottest lady around at her time when he fucked her, got her pregnant, and then he gets money from the marriage.
People were talking shit about him for years, like he did not have a great life.
He has the greatest life. He got to make a rap album.
Yeah.
K-Fed, and it's real bad. I've listened to it. It's really bad.
Everybody just talks like they're going to be the main character of the American movie. So they'll never appreciate a guy like K-Fed, who's just a side character who ended up having a great trajectory for his life.
Right, but if you watched that movie, if you made the K-Fed movie, you'd be like, what a dope life.
Yeah, this is awesome.
A white guy as a backup dancer to pop people. First of all, what the fuck how do you even get in that? How do you become a white backup dancer?
Is that not cool in and of itself? I'm a background dancer for these famous people. That's pretty cool.
I'm white. Why are you white and backup dancing? That's like when I see like an old singer, like a guy like a Rod Stewart comes out when they need help now, so they have like 3 women sing behind them, and when the 2 of them aren't like very dark black women that are overweight, I'm like, what are you doing? You need 2 fat black women. Those are the greatest backup vocalists of all time. If you have 3 white women, it's gonna suck. You need that. You need to serve. If I turn around and I don't see Jabberwockies, I'm not happy. I don't want to see a white man dancing and scooting around behind you when you're singing. Fuck that.
It's going to be ass.
Yeah. White guys can't. They would pop and lock shit. Fuck off. I don't want to see that.
None of that. Disgusting.
Yeah, you could be the white guy. You could be Bieber dancing up front as long as you have 15 well-danced black men behind you. And you go, oh, it's cute. They're letting you dance too, Justin. Like, it's cute. It can't be no white background dancing. White people need to know their role.
The one and only. What's he doing now? Do you know? Did he keep tabs with him? Are you on his TikTok? Does he have Twitter?
Who, Fed?
Fed.
I don't know what he's doing. I probably can get him on the podcast. I'm sure he's not doing anything.
You can get him on Cameo.
I'm not paying to hear him talk. Fuck that shit. That Cameo shit is weird. I feel sad. I feel bad for some of the people that are doing Cameo. Because the actors that aren't doing anything now, they're like, oh, I really need it now.
It's just real sad when you go on Cameo. The funniest thing I've seen on Cameo is, do you remember Ted Pendergrass?
Yes.
Okay. You remember he was $1 million man? He's like, I can pay anybody to do anything I wanted. That was his whole shtick.
Right.
Now he's on fucking Cameo, so I can pay him to literally say anything for $75.
That's hilarious. Gilbert Gottfried's been on there the whole time. He's just so cheap that he just goes on there and he still charges like a couple $100 for them to say hello, and that's it. He's the cheapest man. I've told a million stories, but I got to open for him a couple times, and he would take things from every show. Like we did one at that Strand Theater in Seymour. It's like a movie theater, the old school movie theater. You perform on the big stage, and afterwards he's like, "Are you gonna throw out all that popcorn?" And they're like, "Well, yeah." He goes, "Can I have a garbage bag full of it?" And they gave him a giant garbage bag full. He just took it with him in his car, and then he's like, "Are you gonna throw out the candy?" And they're like, "Well, no, we're not gonna throw out the candy." He's like, "Can I have some?" And then he just gave him candy, and then he took the napkins.
Wow.
Like all of them, like a giant stack. He's rich.
Is he on radio still?
No, he's just doing comedy. He doesn't need to do anything. That guy, he's got Aladdin money.
Holy shit.
You think about it, you got that Disney money alone. Once you're a fucking cartoon on Disney, you're good for life.
Hey, Pat.
Hey, what up?
There he is. What's up, sir?
I'm doing all right, you?
Oh, I'm doing great. I'm just getting dizzy as I'm being walked around. But on that note, sir, tell people where they can follow you. Thank you. It's been over an hour already. We've flown through this.
Hey,
So,
thanks for having me. Mo Murder
course.
Style.
where can people follow you?
You can get me Instagram, Mo Murder Styles, and TikTok, Duke Dangles at TikTok.
Dangles. I will not ever type that in. Where can they, that movie, that little, the clip that you made with Jesse, where can people see that?
Oh, my YouTube channel. What's that? Mo Mussa.
Yeah, you should know what your YouTube channel is. And people
Yeah.
should check it out because he's doing some hilarious shit. Jesse's super talented. Mo is fucking hilarious. Definitely please check it out. Mo doesn't even know where to find it, but that's good. That's fine. You have a white man doing that for you. I understand. It's fine. A white man named Jesse takes care of everything. Mo, thank you so much for doing it. I appreciate
Hey,
it.
thanks for having me, man.